guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a different video for you guys. I didn't plan to post this on YouTube, and this wasn't something that I planned really to post ever or to have to do. Today I'm going to be giving an explanation as to why I'm quitting social media. By quitting, I mean that I'm going to be getting rid of Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. I also mean completely deactivating all three of them. I feel like there's a lot for me to say, and at the same time I feel like there's not much for me to say at all, but regardless, a lot of my friends and random people that I've heard have been asking me like why I'm doing this. It's difficult for me to give them a straight up answer. I feel like it would just be better if I could cover it all in one video, and plus if you guys are going through something similar that I am, you can maybe get inspired by this, or maybe you relate to me on some sort of a level. Disclaimer, I'm not trying to hate on social media at all. I think that the premise of it is actually quite nice. It's nice to stay connected with people. Another disclaimer, contrary to what other people think, this is not me doing something to be dramatic or for attention or for views. I honestly have already deactivated all three of my accounts. Even if I went back, they would be completely gone. There's nothing for me to come back to. I wrote a couple pointers on here. This video is going to be all over the place because it really is me speaking off the top of my head, but hopefully you guys can bear with me. This isn't anyone else's fault for asking me, but I feel like I need to give an explanation, if that makes sense, which really isn't the case. If you guys don't care, you can easily click out of this video. I really don't want anyone to think that something awful happened to me on social media, or that I'm super sad or mad or having a really rough time where I need to disconnect from everything. There was nothing that set this off. I've been thinking about this for a while. It's been a lot of things piling up at once. The main issue with me in social media was the anxiety that it gave me. It started as Facebook, which, I mean, whatever, I went on that in middle school maybe, and then it went to Instagram, but then on top of that, then it went to Snapchat, and then it went to Finsta, and then it went to Twitter. And the thing is that, at least for me, these platforms, when one opened up, like when Snapchat started, Instagram kept going. It's constantly just more and more platforms piling on top of each other, more connections, more things you need to update, more constant having to check your phone. And honestly, it gave me so much anxiety to the point where it would make me sick to my stomach when I didn't have my phone, because I felt like I owed it to people to see what they messaged me. I was so active on every single one of those platforms. I would post on my Finsta all the time. I used to post on it almost daily, but that was just ridiculous. I started to get really active on Twitter as it got more popular, and then I constantly am on Instagram too, and then there's VSCO. I don't want you guys to think that I'm someone that didn't really use it in the first place. I used all of these apps religiously, and I think that's why it was such a big stress causer for me, because I would have so many notifications on my phone. It definitely took up probably a majority of my day. I'm not even joking. I felt like I spent more time looking at my phone than talking to people, and as soon as I came home I would go on my phone, go to work, come home, go on my phone, work out, do homework, go to sleep. I wouldn't talk to my family. I wouldn't do anything extra that I needed to do. I was constantly behind on my homework. Like I said, I do think that the whole premise of social media is good. Instead of focusing on sharing my life with others, I was more focused on other people's lives, if that makes sense. And I was constantly seeing what they were up to and subconsciously comparing their life to mine. On all those apps, it seems like everyone's always doing something and everyone has these expectations for what their life's supposed to be like. It eventually does get to you when you see all these people doing all this fun stuff. It makes you feel like you're either a failure or you're not getting anywhere. It brought my confidence level down. I spent so much more time investing my life in other people's lives and checking on whatever social media app it is, that it took away from my own life to the point where I felt like I was completely disconnected from what was going on in the real world. I felt like I honestly posted for justification. Maybe not everyone, but you've got to admit a vast majority of people pay attention to their likes. They pay attention to who likes it. They pay attention to who shares and likes your tweets. I started paying attention to the stuff other people retweeted, and sometimes I would look at what they retweeted and think it would have to do with me. People would post things that would confuse me, and it makes you want to figure out what's going on and like read between the lines. Another thing that people have mentioned to me is, oh, Bella, you can just cut back on Instagram, whatever it is. You don't have to get rid of it completely. Well, I do think the idea of that is nice, and I know a lot of people have done that, and I admire that. I've tried cutting back, like I said, for over a year, and somehow it creeps back in and it goes back to the way it was. There's no way that I can possibly do that and be successful in it for more than an extended period of time. Eventually it was to the point where it was. If anything, it got worse as more platforms increased. I mean, if you can do that, definitely props to you. I feel like it's something very difficult for me and I wasn't able to do it, no matter how much I tried. First of all, this is my opinion, so please don't get mad at me, but there is no reason why people need to see what I'm eating all the time or what's bothering me, or, you know, what's on my mind, what annoys me, or like what I find funny. And I feel like people don't really care. Maybe people will stalk occasionally and, like, you know, they'll see a post and like it. You honestly think it's going to make you that much smarter or knowledgeable if you see what someone posts or retweets. Looking through people's feeds, I didn't really learn anything. If anything, I got more upset because I saw something I didn't want to see, or I thought something applied to me and it didn't. I get that sometimes you have those emergencies. You can't really tell someone in school. I'm not getting rid of my phone aspect. If someone wants to call me or text me, they can do that. It's not that I'm getting rid of all connection with the outside world. I do think it's important to stay connected, and that's just a part of our generation. But if I really had a problem, or if someone really wants to talk to me and they're having a bad day, they can call me. They don't need to Snapchat me. There are ways to get a hold of me that don't require Instagram or Snapchat or Twitter. The final and main point that I wanted to bring up is that I don't want to be someone that relies on my phone and is on my phone more than I actually live in the real world. I know, once again, not everyone does this, but personally for me, mostly in school, I probably spent more time on my phone than I did talking to people. And I'm someone that I appreciate living in the moment and taking in my surroundings around me. I don't really want to be an isolated person. When I see someone on their phone, it doesn't make you look like an approachable person. That's just my opinion, and I don't want to give off that vibe to other people. I want to get to the point where I don't really want to carry my phone in school. I'm probably going to start doing that soon. Maybe I'll set aside like an hour a day on my phone so that I can catch up and text my friends, call my friends, whatever. I'm not really sure if this video made a whole lot of sense. I hope you guys get an idea of why I'm quitting social media. Once again, I don't really owe you guys an explanation, and I don't need to give an explanation. I thought that I would share my thoughts with you. This has been going on in my head for over a year. Obviously, it's something that's really prominent in my life. If you guys want an update video, maybe in a couple months, of what it's like without social media, I can do that. If you don't want to hear about this again, that's cool too. This is not me saying, oh, I'm quitting YouTube too, by the way. Like, I love YouTube and I still love keeping in touch with people and connections, but that's also part of the reason why I'm taking away all of this social media, because I want to live in the moment and do what I love and do YouTube and talk to people in real life and just like experience things. I sound like such a grandma right now, but I really hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. I hope that this eliminates some of my stress in school, and I already feel a lot better. I feel a lot freer. It's nice not having to check my phone all the time. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it wasn't too strange or depressing. I didn't mean to bring you guys down. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment, rate, subscribe. Yeah. And I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye. Mwah.